Hello, everybody. I just wanted to stop by while I got a minute here and just say hello. And I've been working lately, of course, still doing a lot of diamond dotting. But then now I wanted to. I have to cut some flannel pieces to go in my quilt as you go blocks. And so that's what I'm doing here. But I have a Happy Meal I want to show you. Oops, I don't think I did that right. That looks too long. Oh no, that's right. Okay. I thought it didn't look right. I measure it with the actual with the actual template, and then just hold my ruler against the template, and then that way I can cut against the ruler and have just the size that I need. This is the flannel that it gets buried inside of the quilt as you go piece. And so you don't see it, although it's very pretty, I might do one day with just flannel because I've got some real pretty flannels. But I wanted to show you this. I got a Happy Meal here. As you see, I've already ripped into it. And it comes from Miss Lynn Hill. She lives over there in Missouri. And this is what she sent me. And it goes with what I'm doing. That's why I wanted to show it to you right now. And so anyhow, this is what she sent me. She sent the little note. A beautiful little note. Look at that card. Isn't that beautiful? Of course, that's going to look beautiful in my journal. And she says, here is something that might help you with your quilt as you go adventure. I was given these pins as a door prize, but I already have so many pins that I haven't used them. They are supposed to be heat resistant. The slow stitch snippet was created while I watched your videos on YouTube. Have a great day. Cheers. Lynn Hill from Hallsville, Missouri. I love that card. That's beautiful. And so that will go into my journal. And these are the pins. But first of all, look at this little slow stitched piece that she made. It's got a little cat here with a button. I guess that's her little belly button. And it's cute as ever. And lately I just love my cats. And here, I think she used felt on here. I've been using a lot of felt lately. And she did a lot of stitching on here. And then she took this trim and hand stitched it all the way around. Purple, love my purple. And so that's going to go in one of my fabric journals. That is pretty. It's going to go right in one of my fabric journals. And then she also had the whole thing wrapped up in this little quilt piece. It's just a little quilt piece. Look at that. And I just love this. I just think I've never seen a quilt piece done quite like this, so I don't know what the name of this pattern is, but I just love it, and I don't know what I'll even do with it. Maybe I really don't know what I'll do with it, but I do believe I'll do something with it. Something fun with it. I'm not sure, but I love it as it is, but I may take it apart and use a section here or there. But I really like that. That's very pretty. If I cut another piece the same size and then hemmed all the way around, that would make a real pretty couch pillow. I mean, leaving these open, just put them together along the cut line here, that would make a real pretty couch pillow. I kind of might go that route with that. That's pretty. But now what I want to see is I'm not got my arm. I don't have my arm. I can get my arm out though. I think I will. Because she said that, and it says on there that they're heat resistant. So I wonder how much heat they're resistant. I'm going to turn on my iron. I got it sitting right here. And so I'm just going to turn that on. There we go. Oh, my back scratchers in the way. Let's put that down here. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, that there, don't lose that, Elizabeth. I have a habit of losing things. Okay, they call these quilting pins magic. They're quilting magic pins. These are all my outside cuts. These are my inside cuts. And this is the batting. I'm using flannel because I don't want any real heavy batting. This here piece is just a small piece that I put together with it's got nine of them on here. That's all the farther I got on that one. Because I've been cutting, and we have been so busy, so much stuff going on these days. We've been just so busy here, and it's going to slow down real soon, but it's busy. Okay, it says it's got comfort grip handles, heat resistant, and it's got a designer storage case. So now I open it. I guess maybe quilters use these kind of pins. I don't do any, like, oh, there's one pin up there in that little bubble. I don't do any what I call real quilting. Well, this is real quilting, but I don't do what many people do with, like that piece here. I don't, this kind of stuff I can't do. It's just too tedious for me. But this quilt as you go, love it. I love it. Okay, so these pins, can you see that? Can you see that? The head of the pin is, that would be real easy to grip, and it's not big. I mean, it's not bulky. So that is good. Let's see. Oh, it's not a toy. Okay, good. We won't play with it then. And then look at there at the nice little case at even. And so this is awesome, Lynn. I appreciate this. These are beautiful. And they're a nice length. So because what I like to do then, when I'm putting my pieces together, I take my outside piece, and then I take my, you know what I should have did was got my template right here handy before I started this video, because last time I had a problem with losing my template, but it can't happen twice in a row, so it cannot happen twice in a row, Elizabeth. Oh, good grief, I should have scrounged that up. That's the inside. I need the outside. Elizabeth Marie, where'd you put it? Here's one of the things that's done. Let's see, just a minute, guys. What did I do with it? Now, this cannot happen 2 days in a row. This cannot happen 2 days in a row that I lose that piece. Just a minute, I'll have it. Just hang on to your britches. I'll find it. It can't be lost again. Great day. This is like a instant replay of the last. This is the inside of it. And am I gonna, oh, wait. There it is. Thank you, Jesus. There it is. Okay, now I've got it. It's right here. Okay, and so see what I do then is I take my flannel, which that's going to be the inside piece, and then I take the outside piece. Boy, this thumb is getting crazy. The inside piece and then the outside piece. I lay the quilt as you go template right there, and then I lay that inside piece right in there. This way I know it is centered. It is centered right in there. Okay, is it centered? Yeah, it's centered. So then I'll take that and I'll pin that. And the trouble I was having with my other pins was when I did this part, then I would iron over the pins and they would melt. So now I'm going to iron, because see, I just put the raw edge up to the raw edge. Wait a minute. Why are you not hot? You should be hot. You should be one hot mama by now. Okay, let me see. I'm not going to put my finger up because I know it is warm. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see. There. Now. And then I fold it up again. This time that much. So it's folded right up against that inside piece. And then I take a pin, a straight pin, and I pin that to hold that there until I sew that. And then I take the other side and I press that one, bring the raw edge here to the raw edge of the inside. And I think that's what I'm going to do this evening, is get quite a few of these pinned together, because once I have them pinned together, then I stitch just that one edge, or the two edges. So there, that's closed together. And then and see, this is where I go and hit that pin, and then the pin would melt. And see, I just went over this pin and it didn't melt at all. It's perfect. And these, but I want to leave this center pin in there until I get both sides pinned, so that I know that it's going to stay. But I like to have it pressed nice, so that when I do sew it, see, now I'm going to sew these two sides before I turn these sides in. And so what I'll do, I've got 50 pins, so I can do 25 of these and get them ready. And then I can do 25, and then I can get 25, yeah, you know what I'm saying, 25 something or others. 25 done at a time. So I'll do like a, ooh, won't this one be pretty? Oh, see, I almost lost that again. There we go. Look at that pretty piece. And this is so nice to do these, because they're so nice to do because you can use your scrap pieces of fabric. Because this centerpiece is 2.5 inches by 5, and then this piece is, I think it's 4 by 6 or 4 by 6.5, something. So really, it's, you know, simple sizes. I mean, easy. I mean, that, you know, your scrap fabrics, I'm sure you'll have scrap fabrics enough. Oops, look at there. I put that on upside down. That's too bad, Elizabeth. We don't want that upside down. We want it upside down. We want it upside down first, not last. So we'll put that right in the center. This is why I like the template, is because you can get that piece, that center piece, right exactly where it needs to be. And then we iron it. We iron it. Oh, now my iron is hot. Ooh. See, what I need to do is just do that side and then this side and then go back because that fabric now is hot. I don't want to burn my little fingers. So anyhow, I told you all, I don't really go in about much about my health issues, but I told you all that I was a little concerned over my kidneys because I do have stage 3 kidney disease, which I've had for years. It's never gotten any worse. But my last blood check kind of showed that it looked like it was getting worse. So, but the doctor said, before we worry about that, I want you to really make sure you drink enough and really watch the sodium. And then I'm going to check it again in 2 weeks. Well, yesterday was 2 weeks. So they called today to let me know that my numbers went up. So they were very proud of me. They said it was much better. I was so happy that it was much better. And so I was so afraid that I was going into stage 4, but I'm not. I'm going to stay in stage 3. And just make sure, because I'm eating good now. I'm eating so well. And it's showing. It's showing in the numbers and it's showing on the scale. So maybe I'll be able to go dancing again. Not really. There won't be no dancing in this old gal's life. But anyhow, I just am so happy that the numbers, when the doctor called me to tell me the numbers were better, well, the doctor didn't call himself, but his little helpers, they called and told me it was better. I was just so pleased with that. And I said, so that means I'm doing right by what I'm eating, because it all has to do. Boy, when you want to avoid as much sodium as possible, oh my goodness, you start reading you start reading those ingredients and stuff, the nutrition labels on things, and holy smacks, it's amazing how much sodium is in so much that you can't hardly get anything that doesn't have any sodium in it. But my daughter-in-law's been doing most all the cooking, and she is really watching what she purchases, and she looks at the sodium content in everything, and there's a lot of things that you can buy that are, if you buy like one thing she bought was, like Ritz crackers. She got some Ritz crackers with low sodium, and so they make the regulars, but then they also make the ones with low sodium, which even them is a little bit too much sodium. But if I eat just a couple of, like 2 crackers, maybe a little bit of peanut butter, and she's got the no sodium peanut butter, and so then it's good. It's a good little snack. So I have to stay living for at least another 20 years. Then I'll be 93. Yeah, that's a good age to croak of old age, So, okay. See, these have to be pinned for when I'm sewing them. I want them to stay. And I'm just happy that I'm so happy that I can iron over these pins and they will stay the right shape. I thank you so much, Lynn. This is amazing. I am happy, so much happy for that. And so, well, I'm going to just continue on with doing these. And so, like I say, I sew along these edges first, and then I will turn, once I sew along them edges, then I turn this one up and do the same way on this edge. I tried to go down and then, just do a lot around it. But then I have a problem with these corners all poking up. So I find it to be easier to do it this way. So that's what I'm going to do with these. I am so proud to have these pins. These are beautiful. And like I say, there's 50. I'm going to use this little container too to hold them at all times, because using that container, then I won't lose them as easy as... I've got 2 pin cushions that I use, but I still keep losing stuff. But okay, so I'm gonna end this with a little message from Spirit. Let's see what Spirit has to say to us today. Spirit wants to tell us a message. I'm going to say, dearest you, we need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you. Wait a minute, let me start that over. My tongue's all wrapped around my eyepiece. I can't see what I'm saying. We need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you were a victim of someone else's actions or your own. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. And you know what I have found over the years? That, excuse me, that sometimes forgiving is hard. But if you accept what has happened to you or what you did, that you feel like you can't forgive yourself or you can't forgive others, if you accept that it is, and you just accept it, is a beginning to the forgiving. So if you can just accept, it's hard for me to find the exact right words to say, but there are some things. Right now I'm going through a little bit of something that is just a personal family issue that is quite hurtful. And I don't know if it bothers me. It bothers me terribly that it's going on. It hurts my heart. It just hurts. And when I think about, all I can do is, there's nothing I can do to fix it. There's really nothing I can do to fix it. Although some people think I can't fix it. I can't fix it. But, and then I just get, I don't get angry, but I don't know what it is. I get just fidgety, and I don't ever get angry about anything, but I can get all fidgety. And so if I accept this is something that happened that I don't have any control over, and I don't have any control over it. And was a few things that was said to me that, do I want to forgive? well, then I think, oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's just hard. But yes, I can very easily accept what was said and understand the source of where it came from. I understand the source of where this come from. So it's easier for me to accept than forgive. I don't feel like I have to forgive, really. I just have to accept. So that's one thing I've been having. I've been having a little trouble with the word forgiveness and acceptance because they're so parallel. Both of those words are so parallel. There's a lot of words to me that are parallel. Um, I was listening to my nephew. My nephew is a pastor of a small little church, and I don't get to go to his church because it's like 2 hours away. But I listen to it on the on the video on the YouTube because it comes YouTube too. So then I listen to it. But he's been talking lately about hope, and how hope is so parallel to prayer. The thing is, the people in the world, most everybody prays, and everybody prays in a different language. But when you hope for something, it is still like a prayer, and everybody hopes in the same language. And so when I think about what's going on, and I listen, and I say, I hope it all heals itself soon. I don't think it's a whole lot different than saying, I pray that it heals itself soon. I think when the higher power is listening to you, whatever you call God, the higher power, the divine, whatever, energy listens to you. If you're hoping for something, it's nothing different than praying for something, in my opinion. If you're hoping for, like if you drive by a car accident and you say, oh, I hope everybody is okay, well, that's the higher power, the God, whoever you feel want to name the person listening, or the person, or the being, or the energy. It is the same as if you say, I pray that they're all right. He hears you the same way because he reads your heart. Sort of like a Wi-Fi thing. Okay, I gotta quit that. I need to be a preacher. I want to be a preacher. My next life, I'll be a preacher. A weird one, but hey. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I just really wanted to show you all my Happy Mail, which is just absolutely beautiful. Oh, and then also, oh, I don't have it in here. I got another package of Happy Mail, which was another box of scraps that came again from Stacy's sale, but it was bought and paid for by Laura Vasquez again. And they have beautiful scraps in there. I should have brought them in here with me, but I don't. Everything is like a total chaos in this house right now. Well, not total chaos, only half chaos. But so I want to thank her too, because there's one piece especially that I'm going to make a little slow stitch journal out of these square pieces of denim. I'm going to sew them together. They're going to be my slow stitch album. But anyhow, okay, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to quit running my mouth now. And but help me to thank Lynn for these pins, because I mentioned on the video not expecting anybody to send me any, but she did, and I appreciate it so much. These things aren't cheap, I know they're not cheap. She said she got them as a door price, and she just didn't need them. So she must be a quilter too. And they're a pretty blue color too. I like that. Okay, I ask God to watch over each and every one of you. Every step you take and every move you make, keep you safe and secure, happy, healthy, and humble. And I will see you on my next video. God bless. God bless.